What's going on YouTube? Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell notification to keep up with new videos. Alright, so today's topic, it's about group life insurance. When we work for an employer, there will be an example certificate at the end, so stay tuned. Generally, group life insurance is provided by an employer to a group of employees. As a whole, the group of employees are approved and you pay a monthly payment for coverage. The employee is given a certificate of coverage which simply welcomes them to the company and states the terms of the contract. The only drawback of having a group life plan with the company is that the employer is the one that actually has control over the policy. Now, normally when we actually receive the certificate, we tend not to actually read the terms of the contract because we think we are covered or simply we don't care. And to be honest, that was me before I actually got into this business. All right, now I'll be going over a group life insurance certificate from an employer. Here it is.
All right, so generally when we receive the certificate, we see something like this. Has a table of contents, has a certificate number on there, it tells us how much we're paying, and the year that it was issued to us. And here it tells you your insurance benefits. It tells you here that the company is paying for the first 90 days of your protection. Your premium can never be raised for any reason. Your coverage can never be canceled, and you can actually keep it to as long as you want it. And pay benefits for covered death. Key point is covered death. Your benefit amount is paid in addition to any other life insurance you may have. So if you really want to, you can actually have like a term life insurance or even a whole life insurance combined to this. During the first 2 years, the full benefits are paid for accidental death. So accidental death, all that means is this right here. Accidental death means death which results from accidental bodily injury directly and indirectly of all other causes. The accident causing such injury must occur after the effective date of coverage shown on your schedule page and while the certificate is in force. Death must occur within 90 days following the date of the accident which causes the injury. And now, if you actually pass away on day 91, the company won't actually pay for your death because you're not covered. It's after those 90 days. And right here it tells you what it does not cover for accidental death. Doesn't cover suicide, declared or undeclared war, while acting as a pilot or even as a passenger, the taking of drugs that result into your death, and 5, injury occurred while the covered person has a blood alcohol level greater than 0.1%. And 6 is disease. So disease really includes like cancer and that kind of stuff. So if you die of a disease, they won't pay out as well. And here to tell you about coverage as well. So the amount of insurance is shown on your schedule page. And now when it comes to the coverage that for group life insurance, you're only covered between 1 to 2 times your salary, which is not enough. So generally when it comes to coverage, you need at least 10 times of your salary to be fully insured. Now, in this case for a group life policy, you're only covered for 1 to 2 times your salary. So if you make only 30 grand a year, then your coverage is going to be either 30,000 or $60,000. When you start hear the word beneficiary, all that means is that you're designating someone to receive the funds for your covered death in the event something were to happen to you. They get the funds. So here it tells you in this certificate. At your death, it will be paid to your lawful spouse if living, otherwise equally to you, then living lawful children, if any, including stepchildren, adopted children, otherwise equally to your then living parents or parents, otherwise to your state. Any payments made under this section will fully release us to the extent of the payment. The beneficiaries designated may be changed in accordance with the change of beneficiary provision. And then proof of loss. A certificate copy of the death certificate or other acceptable evidence showing the date and cause of death must be given to us within 90 days after the date of loss or as soon as possible. Proof must, however, be furnished no later than 1 year from the time it otherwise required, except in the absence of legal capacity. So right here, we're seeing already that this right here was their coverage for their certificate. So they were covered. They're paying about 1480 per month, and this is their schedule for life insurance. During the first year, they're only covered for $438. During the second year, $870. The third year and thereafter, they're only covered for $15,000. So now in summary, this policy only covers accidental death and it will be paid to the beneficiary only if the insured passes away from an accidental death within 90 days. The only catch is that someone needs to provide proof of death and the cost of the death within 90 days after the death. All right, y'all, thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned a little bit about group life insurance and how it works. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or call me or even look at our website. Thank you and have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell notification to see new future videos. Thank you